Hi guys, it's been a day or two, hasn't it? I made a couple videos, but they just didn't flow right, and just audio is really crappy. I'm working on getting a camera, maybe a mic, something to try to improve it. My wife wants me to kind of set down a script and be able to give you a better idea of my communication instead of bouncing from one thing to the next. Um, So today I'm just kind of real quick gonna give you a kind of life update, how things are going, what's up with me, what's up with my surgery. I do have a revision coming up, um, October 8th. A little torn because talking to people, I've gotten the impression they have a really good surgery result for my body type. I'm not happy, and so that makes it really hard because I want it to look a certain way and it doesn't look that way. Um, Now I recognize that I'm gonna have to continue in the gym. I'm gonna have to continue to do all the things I've done to really help that be that way. But right now I'm just a little frustrated. And it's nothing against my surgeon. It's my body type, and there was supposed to be lipo. There wasn't lipo. Now there's going to be lipo to help with some of those issues. So it is what it is. So updates. Over a year on T. I started T June 6th of last year. So it's my 1 year and a month, I guess. A little over a month, almost 2 months. Um, as you can see, I've got some pretty decent facial hair. I actually shaved all of this down to skin about 2 weeks ago, and it's already starting to come pretty heavily in again. Um, I still have sporadic. I mean, it's not like full pat, or it's not like full coverage. That time's just gonna have to take and see how it goes. Um, Definitely have a decent amount of chin hair. It started out here, kind of did this like weird U thing, and bulked up a little bit here, and it's finally creeping this way. It's actually got hair in there. It's just not super dense. Um, I'm hoping that the next, since this is starting to get more dense, that either one of two things will happen. Either this will connect, because I'm getting a little bit of a connection here, not much, or it'll start to roll over my chin. Um, Looking at my mom's family, full beards, so there's a good chance. Looking at my dad's family, full beards, there's a good chance. I'm happy with the way it looks 90% of the time anyway, so I'm not gonna be too upset. I just, I'd like it to cover kind of this little weird mole thing, so I'd like it to just bulk out a little bit, but it is what it is. Um, my hair looks a little weird today because I did a new cut and still trying to figure it out. Um, Other than that, life's going really well. My job is doing really well. Actually pretty happy there. My kids are doing good. Wife's doing good. She always and forever has medical things going on. So, anytime she's just stable, we're happy. Um, Downstairs growth, I mean, it is what it is. I really don't measure it. I don't play with it a lot. Just because it is a little bit more. I mean, it's more fun to play with too. And with my wife's issues going on, it's kind of hard to play with yourself when you want to be with the person that you're with. I mean, I'm sure I could get a friend, involved, but I don't. I'm happy with my wife, and I'd rather be with her and not be sexually active than to take a chance on screwing that up. We've been together for almost 20 years. Over 20. We've known each other since 1995. We've been together forever. So, I just don't want to screw that up. I'm happy with my life. Got a raise at work. Doing, People seem happy with me. I'm happy there. surgery wise. I finally started getting back into the gym. It took a little while because of, recovering from surgery. I finally started getting back in gym, and then my wife fell, and I've been doing stuff at home, like my push-ups and things like that, but it's just not the same. I need to get back into the gym. I tried to go today, but I went there and they were closed because they're having some faculty picnic. God darn it, how dare they want to have some fun themselves. Just kidding. We all do that. Anyway, so that meant that I couldn't go to the gym, obviously. So hence why I'm here, making my video, because I had the time set aside, so might as well do something with it. Let's see. Yeah, y'all are all here for the reveal, what's going on with my chest. So, let me take this thing off real fast. And, the last time I think I showed y'all my chest, there was a lot more swelling than there is now. There's still some weirdness going on the side, but that's where the liposuction is going to take place. My biggest thing is I did keloid a little bit. Well, not a little. They're very hard, very round, but they don't stick out. So my scars actually look really, really good compared to a lot of people's scars. So I'm not complaining about the looks. It's just because they did keloid, they are painful. And this is something we knew could potentially happen with me because I've had a history of keloid before on other things. I'm sorry, my shoulder is itching. So anyway, so here's my chest. It's the frontal view. That's the part that kind of just hangs off and does this weird, like, start thing. My nipples look really, really good, as you can see. Here's the scar itself, and you can kind of see what I'm talking about, how it rolls. That itself, it's kind of painful. Over here, it didn't do that. So I don't know if it was the tension on it or what. This is primarily the spot that the surgeon felt like he left too much tissue, and so that's one of the areas that he's going to be dealing with when he has the surgery. This one is, in my opinion, is much larger than this side, so I would like him to maybe take out some of the skin and bring it more like that one. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, take out this whole section here and make it more like that. That's what I would like. We'll see. And then, once again, there's that. It's not so bad on this side. I mean, neither side is really bad. They're just not what I want. And there are things that, by going to the gym over time, will help. But at the same time, if you don't feel comfortable in your skin, then going to the gym and doing things that involve going to the gym is harder. I did swim topless this summer so far. It was at a pool, so I haven't gone to the beach. Being in Washington, there's not a lot of really good beaches. There's these gravel beaches, and then there's surf zones, and a lot of people don't realize it because of where we are. They think of like down south being where like the big fish swim. There are big fish swimming out here that have lots of teethies, and there's orcas, and people don't realize that orcas like to eat mammals. Mammals are humans too, and we have a nice orca population around where I live, so I'm not too terribly inclined to get into the ocean. Maybe if I lived somewhere where I could see a little bit more into the water, because of the surf zones. I mean, even if you're in a gravelish area that's more calm and in a cove, I guess you would say, because of the way the waves, because we're coming from Alaska, they come down here. It's all, you think of Deadliest Catch TV shows and everything, all that weather that they get, it just comes down to us. It just right down to us, and we deal with it. So they get it first, we get it second. And I'm only an hour away from the coast. So it sounds like a lot, but it's really not when you're thinking about weather. So we get a lot of really crappy weather. Right now it's 90 degrees outside, but if you go to the beach, it's 60 degrees. So that gives you an idea of the temperature change as well. So it's like the water's cold. It's not nice and warm. So it doesn't make me really want to go swimming there, but plus topless. Whereas the pools are nice and warm and cozy. So it's cool there. Speaking of swimming topless and weather and all that stuff, one thing I have noticed, and some people don't get this, you see I'm playing with my nipple, it's actually getting hard. I don't have sensation, like I don't feel it getting hard. I don't feel like the erogenous sensation. I don't really feel like I felt that before, but it does respond to sensation and touch and cold. Same thing with this one. If I play with it, it'll start perking up. There it goes. It's starting to perk up. This one, actually, though, I have the sensation of pain. Like, if I were to tweaking it like that, that's actually painful. So, I wonder if at some point I'm going to have more sensation in that one, because it does respond to pain. I'm a little concerned about the fact that someday I'm putting on, it's going to sound silly, but it's nipple cream. It's for women that have been breastfeeding. Their nipples get really chapped and things, and this nipple, being that it's a little more sensitive, it gets chapped, even though obviously there's no feeding stuff going on. It gets chapped. So it's inexpensive. It comes in a little small tube, and I just put it on there once a day to try to help keep the chappedness down. If I have any left over, then I'll smear it on this one, but I'm more worried about this one because it's the one that gets chapped, whereas this one doesn't. Anyway, we had it in the house because at one point my wife did breastfeed our kids, and so we had all of this stuff from that, and so I just swiped it. I did see something recently, speaking about scars and stuff like that, and all this stuff, because I have just a little bit of what I was getting on the pain, feeling it, and I'm getting a little nervous because I do have just the slightest discoloration on the edge there, and so I want to get it matched color-wise with a tattoo, but I'm a little concerned that since I can feel it, that it's going to hurt, and I'm afraid it's going to hurt more than an average tattoo. Not that I'm opposed to pain, but I'm afraid it's going to hurt more than the average tattoo, just because of the fact that it's already sensitive. It already reacts like normally you tweak a nipple and it doesn't go, oh my god, what are you doing? And that's what that one does. So I'm kind of interested in that. I'm also interested, I saw a video recently, like yesterday I think, of a person who does body tattooing, but it's like tattooing your scars and tattooing your, like if you, like see how I have this, like you could sort of, well, this is stretch marks from before I had my procedure. They tattoo those to make them, when you stretch and you do things, they don't, because they're usually paler than you are. They're either paler than you are, or they're a bright red color. And so this will make it to where it's less noticeable. So I'm really kind of interested in that. Even if I can't go to that guy, I'm kind of interested in like finding another person in the area that once my scars are done and they're once I've had my revision and all the scars are done and they've had like 6 months to mature and be comfortable, then going and having them just like try to color match them to my skin, because I recognize I have scars from here to here. They're gonna be there. If I can get them color matched, they're still gonna be there, but unless you're right here looking at them, well then why would you even notice them? So and I think that'll make me feel a little bit more comfortable, and I'm really excited about that. And if I do that, then I'm totally gonna make a video on the before and after so that you can see what it looked like and to see what the results are, because I really am interested in this and see, because I think what holds a lot of guys back from having, they go for that the periola procedure when they're too big for that procedure. They push for it because they don't want the big scar, but in the end their results look crappy and they're unhappy, and they go for revision after revision after revision after revision after revision. And honestly, this is my last revision. It either looks better and great, wonderful, or I'm done. I'm not gonna do 20 revisions. I was looking with one guy that did 5 revisions on his nipples. I'm like, dear God, leave him alone. They look better when before he started than after he messed with them. That is one of my biggest fears, is because I do have really nice scars right now, and I'm afraid that poking a bear is going to upset it. So I kind of wish he would just do the lipo and then just move this section here, not mess with the rest. But because they are keloid, then we kind of gotta mess with them. Let's see what else. Hair everywhere, back of the hands, arms. I know it's not as visible, but it's creeping up. It's to here, which it used to only be to here, and it's so used to my hairline stopped here, right about here, and now it's down here. And same thing on this arm, it's down here, whereas it used to stop kind of right about here. Facial hair, as you can see, and like I said, I shaved this recently, that's why it's so short. It was as long as this part. My hair grows super fast, so like this was skin on Sunday of last week, so 7 days ago this was completely skin, and it's not obviously anymore. Hair on my back, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's actually a decent little forest coming up right here on my back, to the point that it itches all the time, like all the time. And I'm not really sure what to do about that, because it's hair. I could shave it, but then it's just gonna itch more. Armpit hair, I know that sounds weird, but I was one of those people that didn't have a ton of armpit hair, so I'm kind of excited that I have a more natural amount of hair, muscular wise. So yes, this down here is fat, but that's my bicep. So it's a decent, I got decent guns. I can flex my pecs. It was better before I had my surgery. I really left the top portion of my body alone, working out wise, because I didn't want to jeopardize my surgery. But yeah, alright, so this has been 18 minutes of me rambling on, and I tried to stay on topic this time. So let me know if I did better, trying. Oh, my therapist is back, and I've already seen her once, and I'm scheduled to see her on the 2nd, so that's kind of cool. Been in serious lack of counseling for a while, so it's nice to have her back, even though she's a little more unique than some people's counselors. So I'm excited to be back with her. Alright, peace. Y'all have a great day. You're loved. No matter what anyone says, you're worth it. You're worth it to make another day. One foot in front of the other. You're awesome. On the inside, whether they see it or not, it doesn't matter. I'm here for you. If you need me, text me. I've got this thing set up to my phone. I get your messages. As soon as I get a message, if I see it, I'll respond. So even if you just need me to say, hey, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm here, okay? You're loved, and you're awesome. Have a great night. Bye.